there, my fellow Geekazoids, and it's that time again. Another review from Z2H Universe, and with all the hype of third-party Transformers, I thought I'd give it a whirl and pick this guy up from the good folks at TF Direct. And here I have the BB7 Yes Model YM-04, otherwise Yes Model's rendition of Masterpiece Ramjet, and as you can see, he just comes in this brown box, so don't expect a high-end box with cool artwork on it, but that's okay as long as the figure itself is a decent piece. I'll be more than happy. And it seems like they made a small error on the packaging for the model number, but that's okay too. I mean, it's technically just a brown box. And here he is out of the box, and just a quick FYI, I'm not here to judge all the politics of KO versus third party versus original, at least not at this time. I'm here to see if the price is right for what you're getting. First off, I really like the color scheme of Ramjet in general, and love the color schemes on this model. For example, the deep blacks on the nose on this model. Let's talk about the black. So the deep blacks on the nose, also the deep black on the air ram section right there, on the jet sections too, it looks fantastic. Let's see, and also on the cluster bombs to boot. Really nice matching deep blacks there. I also like the eggshell white on the main body. I'm glad that they went with that, as opposed to offshoot whites. And the auburn red on the wings is very eye-catching, especially when combined with the deep black and the eggshell white as part of his color scheme. And the smoky silver paint apps on the jet thrusters themselves truly look stunning on this guy. Right there, and then back there, the black into the smoky silver paint scheme. Really, really nice. Now the back of the cluster bombs have the same smoky silver paint scheme, but you'll get to see that as I show other angles of this guy. But for now, let's see what you get with this guy. So, you get the 60s robot-looking robot knee replacements that if you wanted to, you could glue on as substitute knees. I gather look more like the original MP, but I don't like them and prefer this Ramjet just as he is. You also get, just bear with me for a second, these nifty pair of extra missiles. I really love the smoke silver paint apps on these black missiles as well. Really, really nice. Really love those paint apps. Incredible. And let's see. Let's bring out the pair of dual rockets right there. Give you a better look. Looking really great. Very nice. And you get, let's see, you get. Ah, there it is. This handy Megatron in gun mode. Quite a nice bonus, if you ask me. Very, very nice. And you also get the attachment to help hold him when in jet mode. Right there. And you also get a second head with him. A more cartoon accurate face, or cone head if you will. And if you ask me, they really hit that head out of the park as he looks so spot on to the G1 Ramjet's head. Now the first head, as you'll see, has more of an IDW look, but This one is spot on as far as G1 heads go. You also get a greenish, clear, generic pilot and a Dr. Archiville version as well. And while I have them in hand, let's put one of them in the cockpit. Like so. Pretty simple. And as you can see, there's a lot of room in there, so if you wanted to add 2 pilots or maybe even an Energon cube, the world's your oyster. But for now, let's take the pilot out of the cockpit. Now then, these bombs, they don't come attached like that. You have to attach the null rays first, which mind you are attached to ball joints, and you have to snap them into the slots at the side of the plane, as you'll see there. Then encase the null rays with the cluster bombs and attach the peg on the wing itself. Like so. Now then, I left the other side clear of the cluster bomb just so you can see what I mean. So you attach the null ray in the slot and then peg the top part. But you know what? Here's the other cluster bomb. I'll just quickly demonstrate what I mean. So there they are. Let's put the front half of the bomb on the null ray, like so. Then you kind of join the back part and attach the two. Like that. Like so. And as you can see, you can adjust the peg in order to attach it to the wing itself. And there you have it. But yeah, thus far in his jet mode, you can just feel the quality that was put into him, let alone the absolute fantastic paint apps. Now let's add the dual rockets on this guy. I'm not too certain, but I think they're heat seekers, but I'm not too sure. So there I've got one. Let's just quickly add the other one. Yeah, they look great on him. Really, really nice. But for now that we know what he looks like in those rockets, let's put the other missiles on him. And there's one. And there's the other. I really, really love the look of this guy. Gosh, this guy looks absolutely fantastic. Incredible. So far, I'm not disappointed whatsoever. I'm really happy to have this guy. Those paint apps just work perfectly. Wow. And you know what? Let's open his nose section where you can see his radar right there. Just like that. Quite simple and straightforward. And also here we have his air brake. Just like so. And for now, let me just fold the wheels in just to give you a better overall look of them in jet mode. Slips in like that. Same with the other two, quite simple. I mean, he looks solid and feels quite solid and tight too. I really like the subtle engraved lines or the applications which make him look even more of an upper scale MP. I mean, to be honest guys, I am quite floored how well this Yes model turned out to be. I mean, really impressed. So far I have no complaints. I mean, hats off to BB7. I mean, this guy looks really sleek. And I think you guys have seen MP Seekers transformed too many times to count, so I've decided not to bore you guys with watching me transform him, at least not at this time when it comes to Seekers, just so I can delve into really concentrating on how good of a conceptual ramjet this really is. And so far, he does not disappoint. And here he is in bot mode holding Megatron, and other than Megatron looking a bit too big in his hand, he really looks spectacular. If I didn't know any better, he practically jumped out of the G1 show into reality itself. I mean, he truly looks awesome. And just a quick FYI, starting next week, I'm going to have a different set for my reviews, and I'm going to have a little bit of a higher end cam, so can't wait for that. Just thought I'd let you guys know. But moving on, as you've seen earlier, you get these wonky robot looking knee replacements that if you wanted to, you could glue them on and make him look more like the Takara MP, but I don't really want to make my MP Ramjet to have 1970s goalie knee pads, so to speak. So yeah, that's a no for me, but if you guys wanted to, that is an option. And as we've also seen earlier, you also get a second head with him, a more cartoon accurate face or cone head. And as I've also said earlier, they really hit the head out of the park. At least hit this head out of the park, as he looks so spot on to the G1 Ramjet head. But for now, let's pop it on very quickly. I myself am really torn which one I like better, but I gotta tell you that BB7 was quite serious when making these heads, as they look too good to be true. Now then, the first head has more of a Generations and IDW look, but the one on him now is truly spot on, G1 to the T. There's the more IDW kind of Generations look, but whichever one you want, it's totally up to you. I like them both. And it's up to you. You can keep his wings in or out or halfway. It's totally up to you how you want to pose him, as he has articulation capabilities in all the main joints. Aside from the waist having limitations, everything else is pretty much a go articulation wise. Just like in plane mode, in bot mode he also looks very solid, and I find him to be more tighter in the joints than the original MPs. Cosmetically, I have no complaints. I mean, in the show, those knee pads of his do look higher, which give him more of a white look in that area, but I still prefer him in this mold. Don't ask me why, but he just looks more solid this way. It also makes him look well put together and more mobile. The eggshell white in the legs and the detail to match is straight up solid. Look at that. That white there, that eggshell white, is perfect. The auburn red wings combined with the turbines are totally awesome. Oh, and before I forget, you can pull up the Ram Air chest to show off his rockets. And one thing he has in common with the original MPs is that chest compartment isn't as stable. but that's the only thing they have in common. Otherwise, this guy's far more solid than the originals. I really like the apps on the shoulder area. There and there. The black in the, I guess, bot crotch area looks very slick too, so to speak. Bot crotch, now that's something new. And the back looks very organized. I like how clean it looks. Really, really nice. I mean, look at that. That does look immaculate. Now let's straighten him up a bit, just for comparison. Instead of comparing him to other MP Seekers, as I'm sure you've already seen, I've decided to compare him with Combiner's Leader Class Starscream and a couple others, simply because what if you don't have any of the MP Seekers, yet you do have Generations Transformers? It'll at least give you a little bit of an outlook of what a Conehead would look like beside them. It may even entice you to get more Coneheads, whether via BB7 Yes models or even Takara MPs. So let's bring out the self-proclaimed king himself, Combiner's Leader Class Starscream. Now the face-to-face heights look the same, at least it's very close, otherwise Starscream does look quite a bit bulkier. I mean, he's no MP, but it's not a bad scale next to Ramjet considering if you don't have an MP. And there's Starscream behind Ramjet, just because. And let's see, let's bring out Titans Returns Astro Train. Get that guy out of the way, give me a sec guys. Not sure why they made him Voyager class, but they did. And obviously he's a little too small next to BB7's MP Ramjet. And just for the heck of it, let's also bring out Generations Voyager class Blitzwing in tank mode. And I think if you have Voyager class figures that are supposed to be Leader class in size, for example Astrotrain and Blitzwing here, that they look much better in their vehicle modes beside MP Seekers than they would in bot mode, only because they made them Voyager class instead of Leader class for some strange reason. And so far from what I've seen here, this Ramjet gets a fantastic score, and my hat's off for the exceptional job BB7 has done in creating their inspirational version of MP Ramjet. And if anyone wanted to pick this guy up, make sure to look for BB7's Yes model YM-04 and make sure to get him at TF Direct. Overall, I love this guy and am more than pleased to have him in my world of Transformers. And if you like this review, please give it a like and subscribe. Comments are more than welcomed. And until the next time, peace out, Geekazoids.